Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, it's your girl Destinee D on WTLR Radio, and we are live at the Literary Lounge. And today's date, 7/14/2018, and our special guest today is none other than Ayneka Scott. And I believe she's already on the line. Let's see if we can get her on. Hello, Ayneka, are you there?
All right, guys. So it looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but that's all right because we're back and we're hardwired into the show. So, like I stated before, you are on the Literary Lounge, and we are live on WTLR Radio. And today's date is July 14th, 2018. And we have a young lady on the line by the name of Ayneka Scott. And I believe her book is titled For the Love of a Killer. So today we're going to have her on the show. We're going to talk a little bit about her. We're going to talk a little bit about her book and see if we can get her on the line. Hold on, guys. Hello, Ayneka, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I certainly am. How are you?
I am well, and I do apologize for the technical difficulties because I couldn't hear anything on my end, but apparently you could hear me, so I had to reset myself in order to be able to hear you. So I think we're all good to go now, and we're going to go ahead with the show.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Of course, you already introduced me. My name is Ayneka Scott. I am a writer of erotica. That's where I started at with the Honey Pot Chronicles under the name of R. Milan Rush. And then I decided to try my hand with the urban lit. And that is where my current book, For the Love of a Killer, Deadly Beginnings, come in. It is my first step into this particular arena. The second book in that series is due to be released right now. I'm looking at the end of August. You know how it is when you write a book. You got to write it, you got to edit it yourself, and then you got to send it to an editor for them to polish it up for you, and then to be published, and I'll release it to the world. I reside in South Carolina. Of course, I'm a Southern Belle. I have a daughter that is 9 years old, and not only do I adore being a indie writer, but I also hold a full-time job building a nuclear fuel. And I also do a little of a virtual assistant gig on the side as well. So that's me in a nutshell. Busy, busy, busy.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of information. And I really do appreciate you taking out the time out of your busy schedule to be on the Literary Lounge. So just tell us just a little bit about your book, For the Love of a Killer. What is it all about?
Okay. Well, first off, I want to thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I enjoy talking to people and doing interviews, so this is going to be a fun time. My book is pretty much, in a nutshell, a romance. It follows the life of Akira Commander, who is a contract killer for her drug dealer boyfriend. she, from an early age, has been plagued with dreams of people that she could not possibly know, but the dreams feel so familiar to her, they're like memories. And it turns out to be just that, they're memories. She lived before in a previous life, and due to some jealousy, she was cursed, and now she has to learn about her past in order to save herself from a gruesome demise at the hands of the woman who cursed her.
Okay, so that's kind of like a futuristic type of love story slash horror almost.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of both, because it starts in the past, and of course the first book starts with her current life, and like I said, she's remembering stuff, but it's in bits and pieces. It's not enough for her to be like, this is what's going on. So as things progress in the book, and the two people from her past and her original life come to the forefront to claim her, then she starts realizing and finding out, hey, these are people that I knew, these are people that I loved, these are people, this particular woman, this is me, just a different version of me. So in her struggle, the other lead female character, her name is Veronica. Veronica is pretty much giving her a choice. Either you join forces with me to destroy the man that you loved in a previous life, or pretty much I'll kill you and he can't have you at all. So she's got to make a choice. And that's the whole,
that's a very serious
that's the
choice
basic.
to make.
Yes, it is. Because, she has a whole new life now that she's been living and enjoying, and then here this person comes telling her, hey, you got this person over here that wants to claim you again. What you going to do? You're going to give up this life to be with this guy? You're going to join forces with me to destroy this guy that I took you from originally? So, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out between these three characters.
Okay, so if you had your choice to be any character in the book, who would you pick and why?
I would pick, let's see. I'm kind of stuck between my two female characters because I love them both. Both women are strong. They know what they want. They have no issues with going after what they want. And you can see that within their determination to get the things that they want and need, you can see that drive, that dedication. You even see a little bit of madness in there as far as why they focus so hard on achieving their goals. And, even as regular people, we all have that goal or that thing that we want. And it kind of makes you feel a little crazy because of the things that, you're willing to do, the incredible amounts of time you're willing to invest in something, and, just the energy and stuff that you would put into it to get it. And, that can make you a little crazy. Veronica, she's more along the lines of going after what she wants out of revenge, while Akira, she's trying to, go after what she wants because, she has a strong sense of what's right, what's wrong. She also has a little vengeful side of her too, which you will see in the book. So I kind of see a little bit of myself in each character. So it's kind of hard to pick one, but since you're saying that I have to pick one particular character, I would probably go with Akira.
Okay, and I can understand, and I see how you have like that pull between the two because they both carry the same amount of strength. So I can see how it's a difficult choice. Okay, let me ask you a little bit about your book. So when
Okay.
exactly did it become released, and how long did it take you to write it?
Okay. For the Love of a Killer, it was released in January of this year. I want to say it was mid-January, if I remember correctly, the second Sunday. It took me about 3 months from writing the first word up to getting it published because of the simple fact that I am very, very particular about editing. I will write a book. It usually takes me about 2 months to write a book. And then I will take a couple of days after I write the book to comb through it to make sure, it's grammatically correct, punctuation is where it's supposed to be, to make sure the story flows. And then after that, I will send it to an editor to look over it and make sure that I didn't miss anything. So, like I said, from start to finish, it took me about 9 months. I mean, not 9 months, 90 days, 3 months. So I've been promoting it and whatnot, and during that time, I've also been working on the second book, but because of my full-time job, it's hard to find enough time to write. So now I'm finally, getting towards the end of the second book to be released. So that's why I was saying around the end of August, we should see the follow-up to the first book.
Okay. So I hear you saying stuff about the editing process and how you comb through everything that you did, and I'm aware that you have self-published this book. So just tell us a little bit about the actual process of being a self-publisher, and did you find it to be difficult to do that?
Being self-published for me is very, very rewarding because to see the book flourish, and I know that when sales are good, people are giving me positive feedback, I enjoyed it, I can't wait to see the next one, that pretty much says, hey, you're doing something right. You made a good product. You wrote a good story. You made sure that you polished it, put it out there for people, and it also means that you marketed and, promoted your book very well. You networked well. For me, since I self-published, the hardest thing for me was finding the time to get out there and network and talk to people and, get it out there to different blogs and, get the publicity for it to really do well. I personally would encourage anybody and everybody, if you want to write, self-publish. There's nothing wrong with getting out there and learning the ins and outs for yourself. So if you decide later on that you want to sign with a publishing company or whatever, you have that experience already to help the publisher with your book too, as opposed to them telling you what to do each and every step. You can work with your publisher and be like, hey, I can do this while the book is in this stage, or, we could start laying out the groundwork and whatnot. You could be an active participant. When you self-publish, of course, you write the book. You make sure you put a good product out there. You do want to take some time to edit it yourself, look over it, make sure you don't have any misspelled words. After you do that, you most definitely want to send your book to a professional editor. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of the comments that I've gotten from readers on my book have been, I love how, there's no misspellings, or, it's easy to read, the sentences flow. And that's just because of the simple fact that I made sure that before I released it, I sent it to an editor to look over and, polish it up even more. And then once you do that and you're satisfied with the work that the editor has done, Then you look into how you want to publish it, as far as you want to do ebook only. Do you want to do paperback only? Do you want to do both? You also want to research the places that you're going to publish through. Of course, Amazon is the most well-known. It's the biggest one out there. So, of course, that's an option. But then you also have smaller places like Smashwords, Lulu, BookBaby. There's so many others that you could go through. You definitely want to make sure you research all of that to make sure that whatever company you go with is the right fit for you. And then once you do that, you pretty much just upload it. Once you upload it, they'll send you a author copy or proof copy to look over, and then you approve that. And once you approve that, you're ready to go. Now, I will caution, once you know what you're going to write, you have an idea of your story, I would suggest you go ahead and start promoting it, building that buzz, talking with people, again, hitting up blog, radio shows, blogs on the internet, just any and everybody that you can contact, that you can talk to, that are willing to, take a chance on your book. Network with them. Get in touch with them. Build that buzz up before you release the book and get your pre-orders up. And then once you release it, of course, the hard work doesn't start there. Once it's released, you still got to promote and keep the buzz going. But once you release it, it should pretty much be either a fairly smooth ride from that point, or, you shouldn't have to work quite as hard as before. So, in a nutshell, that's the process for me.
Okay. So that was a whole lot of information for us to take in, but it was very solid and really good information. We're going to take one short little break, and then we're going to come right back with Miss Ayneka Scott on the Literary Lounge, guys. Y'all hold on the line, okay?
Action. Pink Lily. Right here is all they need, is all they want. For real. Check. Seen smiles, heard all the laughers, call me Prophet Professor, Dr. Giggles. In the end, after your mayor of charm, there's a new beginning, mystic messianic grab mics and burn phony rap flappers. Yakking, rapping and tissue paper, wiping back cracks up. I'm a mover and shaker, no hustling, white devils and crack vials. Ross Darry, Alex flex like King Halley. Proper principles of practice, text by text. Snap next like exorcist guaranteed. All you need proceed, defeat this true substance. Continue to exit this from Babylon corruptions. Even all set to self as solo. I know who I am. I'm all you need in word and deed. On the up and up, not for the low. This is what you want, what you need, what you need. This is what you want, what you need, what you need. You I told you. Pink Lily. Real.
They wanted, then I wouldn't be me. I swear if I could blink my eyes, I'd disappear like Genie. I be the black new age, be my super cell Houdini. If everything was simple and the world could be that easy, I'm not anything that they need, anything that they bargain for. Consider me a beast, I'm meeting beasts like a carnival. Greater and greater till I could gain an equator. I got haters on haters, man, they could check for me later. Pushing it heroin, the MC heroin. The way I be competition is so unfair to men. Don't care for the ignorance. Get the props where they need it. You can flow with the ink, cry, be a part of, be seated. Get in the line of fire, targeted to delete it. I'm what they call a murder weapon, can't be defeated. I fold you up like cactus, like I'm flat or depleted.
real hip hop greedy get what they want from the needy heart hits. Heavy bass from underground, lyrically official, profound and outstanding like the Gap Band. Tap in your eardrum, mind boggling, spine tingling, ringling the bells like the 70s hits. Blitz boom boxes, mega mixes, fixed grand grooviness, no fronts to the point like Dutch masters. I'm blunt, I'm blunt.
All right, and we are back, and we are live at the Literary Lounge on WTLR Radio. Today's date is July 14th, 2018. We have a young lady by the name of Ayneka Scott on the line. She is from South Carolina, and she has a book called For the Love of a Killer. And we've been talking about her book for just a few moments. And now we're going to talk to her in reference to any kind of event that she has going on right now, or if there's anything that she'd like to be doing in the near future, any kind of plug that she needs as far as how she wants to promote her book, any book signings that she would like to have a certain location at. So we're going to be asking her a little bit about that. Ayneka, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I certainly am.
All right. So I understand that this is this a part-time job type of thing, or a love of the craft type of thing, or how is your writing based on as far as
my writing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. My writing is definitely based on just love of the craft, love of the written word. However, I do try to treat it as much as I can like a full-time regular job. I write when I can. That's just pretty much what it boils down to. My regular job, my production job at the factory that I work at, I guess you can kind of look at it as that's my primary job, and then this kind of like the secondary one. And I try to fit my life and my work schedule around the writing. I have like an app on my phone that when I'm not near my laptop, I use this app to continue writing, and then when I get home, I copy and paste it into the document on my laptop. This is something that I love, and I'm passionate about it. So, of course, any spare time that I have, I'm going to dedicate to it to make sure that I put that love and my heart for writing into every book that I write.
Okay, I understand. And I see that you mentioned that you had more than one book, that there was a series prior to the actual book that we're talking about right now. So can you give us a little bit of a background on the original book set?
Yes, ma'am. You're referring to my erotica series called The Honeypot Chronicles. That series I have written under a pen name, which is R. Marlon Rush, and that pretty much was my first step into the writing world, because I was always told, and I'm quite sure somebody's going to take this and run with it, but they say that you write about what you know and what you love. And as a woman, I love love. I love romance. I love the physical, emotional, mental aspect of it all. So I felt like I was experienced and knowledgeable enough on that subject to do some kinky snapshots of erotica and place them in books. The Honeypot is a three-book series. I'm currently getting ready to start working on a fourth book, and then that will be followed by a fifth book, because I've been asked to do a softer type of erotica, because a lot of people have described my erotica books, the first three books, as smut, hardcore, very straight to the point. And I have a couple of readers that they wanted to share the book with others, but they weren't sure how they would receive such a hardcore book, as they put it. So I do plan to do something that's a little bit softer, a little bit more of the, I guess, tender side of romance, as opposed to the more urgent, gritty, just freaky side of it. And then I've also been asked to do a honeypot book that details more of the darker, taboo side of erotica. Those two books are forthcoming. I can't tell you what I'm going to do first. It just kind of depends on what strikes me to write, whatever motivates me to write whichever book. But
okay. Well, both of those.
That's in a nutshell.
And that's good that you have enough followers to where they actually do want to see both sides, both the more softer side and also, different aspects that they're interested in. So at least you have a good crowd of people who are waiting for the next big thing from you. So that's awesome that you have your inner circle already, because I know that's rather difficult for an author to maintain or to even obtain when it comes to writing their own work and then publishing their own work as well. So for you to have that kind of a fan base, that's actually really good. And I like to commend you on that, because, like I said, that's very hard to have a following that's willing to wait for your next release and everything. And then it's always good to have that inner circle to get that feedback, to find out exactly what they're looking for. That way you can cater directly to their wants and needs and know that you're going to get the sales because it's exactly what they're asking for. So that was very,
I'm very
smart.
thankful for that.
Right. So we're going to take like one more short break, and then we're going to come right back. We're going to get some more information from you in just a sec, okay?
Okay, that'll work.
This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned.
No hair running my system, so I don't move around real sloppy. My dreads, my antennas, so I can feel when you trying to stop me. They hating on my sisters, I don't never plan on stopping. My shawty know I'm about to blow, so her attitude, she watching. I had to cut my job off, it was blocking out my blessing. Plus the 9-to-5 strength, talking about I can do no sense. They that manager uniform on, they get it talking so reckless. My third eye wide open like an owl. Don't leave your guidance around us, cause she gon' smile. With these 2 feet, I done walked a million miles. With no nature, I pay attention like a child. Or potent like the marijuana leaf. These little peasants can't catch up to a guy like me. I cut them off cause I wasn't feeling their energy. God sent me knowledge, I guess she feeling me. I'm turned up off that bass with no little beat. I'm just showing the hate you gave, but done like 2 PAC. They tryna make a robot up out of me, but I know know that ain't life, so I gotta branch out like a tree. I'm turned up from C to Z. Open up your pineal gland, that's virtual reality. You see, my brain a computer. My heart is generator. My nose is sensors, and my ears are satellite. My eyes is cameras, and my hands are antennas. That's technology, that'll make you become a winner. They tried to brainwash me, and they label me a sinner. They can eat that lie up for dinner. I'm turned up from C to Z. Open up your pineal gland, that's virtual reality. You see, my brain a computer. My heart is generator. My nose is sensors, and my ears are satellite. My eyes is cameras, and my hands are antennas. That's advanced technology, that'll make you become a winner. They tried to brainwash me, and they label me a sinner. They can eat that lie up for dinner.
All right, we are back and we are live. This is your girl, Destinee D, on WTLR Radio. Today's date is July 14th, 2018, and we have a young lady by the name of Ayneka Scott on the line. She has a book called For the Love of a Killer that she has self-published. And I would like to thank everybody for tuning in today. I see we have callers and stuff on the line. So if you have a question for our guest, please feel free to do so. If you'd like to call in and you just don't know the number, here you go. It's 646-787-8181. And if you have a question for the author that is on the line, feel free to press the number 1 key, and we will get you on so that you can ask your question. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Pro Fashions, Transparency Library, and Anointed Creations by Daryl Cook for all of the contributions and things that they have done for us. And also we'd like to thank the Transparency Library Writers Guild for all of their contributions that they have brought to the table. So thank you guys. Thank you for keeping us on the air. If you'd like to give us a donation to keep us going, feel free to hit us up at our PayPal account, transparencylibrary@gmail.com. If you have any questions or concerns about the show or you want to be on live, give us a call at 434-228-1168. All right, now that we got everything out of the way, we're going to go back to the interview with Miss Ayneka. Are you there, sweetheart?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm so glad to have you here. And as I say, for every guest that we have, there would not even be a literary lounge if there was no guest. So we honestly, wholeheartedly thank you for taking out the time on your busy schedule to be with us today. So thank you so very much.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Oh, no problem at all. So in this segment of the show, this is just about how can we get connected with you? Like, do you have Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter? And if you do, can you drop those actual lines of information?
Yes, I certainly can. Of course, I am on Facebook. You can check me out as author A. Scott, South Carolina, that's SC, on Facebook as far as one of my author pages. I also have an author page for my erotica. That is R. Marlon, that's M as in Mickey, ARLAA, N as in November, Rush. On my Instagram and my Twitter as well, I am known as Ms., and that's with a Z, Honeypot C. And then also I have a website as well, and that is www.thescott-rush questionnaire.connect.com.
All
That is
right.
all
So
my contact information.
I got you, and thank you for relaying that so that all of the listeners that haven't tuned into your work can actually get an opportunity to catch up with you because I know you're a very busy lady. We do have a caller on the line who has indicated that they have a question. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn over this segment to the caller, and we're going to see what question that they have for you, okay?
Okay, that sounds awesome.
All right. Okay, caller, you're on the line with Miss Ayneka Scott. Can you give your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, baby, it's Robert Graham, Grandma Riding Series, Grandma Riding Limit, Liability Company. Hi, Destinee.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm blessed. Hi, Nika. I think you and I have probably rubbed shoulders together on my fan page. I think I heard you say about the honey pot.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, Destiny, this is the author that I think you were quizzing me on some time ago, remember? About the honey pot and her erotic style of writing.
Oh, no. That was a different writer, but I know who you're talking about.
Okay, cool. One of the things I wanted to ask you, Ayneka, you seem to be comfortable writing in a genre that some people might not understand the eroticness of your work. And you mentioned that some of it kind of like displays who you are in your own personal life, right? So
yes, that is true.
Was that a struggle for you?
No, it was not, because of the simple fact that I feel like since sex is a natural part of life, it is nothing to be ashamed of. And, you know, your sensuality is a part of you. So you shouldn't be shunning that either. And I know that there are people that, you know, they enjoy this type of literary work. And, you know, there are those that feel shunned because of the way they feel when it comes to that. And my whole goal is through my writing to make that feel like something that you shouldn't be ashamed of and that it should be normal. You should be wanting and willing to share that with the people that understand you. And hopefully that'll also make you go out and seek those people that you can be comfortable with, that you can explore with, that you can just be yourself with in that aspect of your life. And hopefully that'll lead you to be more comfortable and accepting of other things in your life that, you know, you're holding back because of the simple fact that it's not mainstream or, you know, it's frowned upon, it's taboo or whatever. Once you get over that hurdle in one part of your life, it's easier to, you know, overcome the other hurdles in your life because you can use that experience, you can draw from that to overcome.
And you made a very valid point. You know, a lot of people shun, you know, things in particular when it comes to those type of novels or movies. But at the end of the day, like you said, that's something that's natural between two, you know, individuals who have chosen to share that part of themselves with a partner. And, you know, I don't look at it as being completely a bad thing. I think that if it was based off of a personal love, you know what I'm saying, like two individuals who just decided to share about what they actually, you know, did amongst themselves, you know, I think it's a little bit different than, you know, porn and all of that other stuff. So it doesn't carry the same weight as it would as, you know, somebody sharing a special moment. So I agree with you to a certain degree, you know, but sometimes, you know, you have people who take it for what it is, and then you have others that blow it way out of proportion, way more so than
that's every aspect in life. But I mean, like I said, sex and just the whole aspect, it's natural. That even the things that we feel like is out of, you know, blown way out of proportion, for somebody, that's not necessarily being blown out of proportion for them. That's just how they feel. And I'm not saying that you should be out, you know, trying to force it on everybody you meet. But if you can use that to find people that think the same way you do, then, you know, that's your tribe. Those are your people. That's where you belong. That's where you can go and feel normal and accepted, as opposed to, you know, feeling shunned and being depressed because you don't have any like-minded people.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And like I said, that's how you find your fan base. It has to be like-minded individuals that are, you know, even interested in that style of writing. Like, they got to have that mindset in order to appreciate what you've written. So I do understand that makes the biggest difference in any kind of a job professional mindset, you know, because you have to have people to support you. When you don't have that support, then you really don't have much of nothing. So that's good that you actually have that fan base. And I also see that we have another caller on the line. I'd like to extend an invitation that if you do have a question for Miss Ayneka, please feel free to press the number 1 key and you can ask your question.
Awesome. I love and welcome questions. Please feel free.
Yes. So we do have a few callers on the line, believe it or not, and I'm looking at the numbers and everything on my screen. They haven't indicated that they had any questions, but we do like to thank you for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. We love you for that. If you know anybody that's interested in literary work, any kind of a book or author interview, feel free to spend that information and give it to them, because we'd love to stay on the air. We'd love to bring new guests every week. You know, this is something that we have been trying to do for a long time, is to get the actual black author on the radio, give them platforms and things of that nature to promote their books. So I do see that you have another question, so I'm going to go ahead and get the call on the line.
Okay.
All right, caller, you are live and on the air with Miss Ayneka Scott. If you have a question, please ask it now and let us know where you're calling from and who you are.
Are they there? Hello?
Hello?
All right,
Hi.
there you go.
Hey, how are you doing this afternoon?
I am well. How are you?
Yeah.
Hi. My name is Benson, and I'm calling from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And Ayneka, I wanted to ask you, where do you continue to get your inspirations from as far as writing your book and your literary materials? Do you pull it from different conversations you have with people, or you just have that awesome creative imagination where you just pull it out of thin air and just start writing?
To answer your question, depending on which genre I'm in, as far as my erotica goes, a lot of my erotica is based off of either imagination or personal experience. So if you ever see me in person, please keep the staring to a minimum. But my erotica is mainly experience and imagination. My urban lit book, that actually came from I guess you would call it a daydream. You know, I was just kind of thinking, letting my mind just roam, and it just kind of snagged on that, you know, hey, what if, you know, a woman who was cursed to be reincarnated through the ages, you know, what kind of life would she have now? How would that come to be? How would she deal with it? How would it end? So I just kind of ran with that and fleshed it out. Now, I also will say with a lot of my characters, just like any other writer will tell you, some characters get written into a book out of frustration, and they meet a gruesome end, or they just meet the end in general because we can't, you know, do what we would really like to do to certain people in real life. And then there are other characters in my book. I like to people watch. So when I people watch, a lot of characteristics see in other people, they make it into my book as characters. And even if I don't know the person personally, I would kind of like take what I do know, facial features, or maybe the way they walk, the way they talk, hand gestures, even the smallest little thing like the type of shoes they wear, and I'll put it in a book and, build a character off of what I see. So a lot of writing does take place. You do draw a lot from everyday life.
All right. Well, that's some awesome feedback. And I actually saw that we had an international caller on the line, but I think we lost them. But we really do appreciate all you guys tuning in. Yeah, that's it. They actually called in. I seen the number pop up, but I think we might have lost them because the number vanished. But it's okay. I'm so glad that they actually know that we are here and that we are live, and that there's a lot of information that we're trying to convey, with these interviews and everything. So I'm so glad that they're tuning in. If you'd like to take another question from the guests that have their actual indicators on, we'll go with one of the other callers and see if we can get them on. Look, I just got notified from the international caller that he didn't have enough airtime. So, yeah. Unfortunately, with international calling, when you call a actual number that's from the U.S., it costs a lot of money. So,
does it? Okay.
I'm going to give him a shout out. His name is Visionaire Hassan, and he was calling from overseas. So just because we lost you, we still love you, and we thank you for calling in and tuning in.
Yes.
All of my national people, thank you for the love. All right, so
thank you so much.
The question from one of our previous callers. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Robert, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here, baby.
Okay, if you have another question for Miss Ayneka, you can ask it now.
Sure. You put a lot of emphasis on one of what I consider possibly the main characters in this Veronica book by the name of Veronica. And me as an author myself, I was able to comprehend that this character, even though you choose someone else to be the character that will probably define you, what is the significance between you and Veronica and the character that you choose that when my fiance asked you that would pretty much be you as a person?
Well, to be honest, I've had a couple of readers that they are pressing me for the next book because they want to know what Veronica is going to do next. And when I wrote the book, I thought Akira was going to be the one that most people would be rooting for, but it seems like it's the exact opposite. It's Veronica that everybody cannot get enough of. And one of my readers, as a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and shout out her name, Nicole McCant. That's my bestie. She was like, I can relate to Veronica because of the simple fact that she is so driven to have something that she feels like she deserves. She's got people in her way, and, people aren't cooperating with her the way she wants them to. And, she's almost like, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get this what I want, and I'm going to get it no matter what, no matter whose life I've got to tear up or who I've got to kill or whatever. This is my goal. And she felt like she could relate to that kind of determination, that kind of drive. And that makes me feel good because of the simple fact that the character that I did not think people were going to like, people actually love her. So that's kind of why I harped on her a little bit for those readers that have touched base with me and communicated with me their love of Veronica. I wanted to give Veronica a little shout out just for those readers.
Okay. Well, I see that the other caller that was calling in still has his question light burning. So if we can see whether or not if he has another question for you. Hold on just a moment.
Okay.
Hello, caller. If you have a question for Miss Ayneka, you can drop it again. Caller, are you there? Okay. I don't hear him on the line. So what we're going to do is, being that we only have like 5 minutes exactly left in the show, the hour is almost gone, Miss Ayneka.
Oh, my goodness,
so
that was quick.
I know, and it's so easy for it to happen when you're really, discussing some very, very, important topics. And I really cannot stress it enough, that we thank you here at the Literary Lounge for taking out the time on your busy schedule, to be with us. So thank you so much. Thank you. Right now, what we need from you is, where can your book be found? Like, do you have any particular website that you're selling from? Is there like give us all of the plugs and everything for where your book is being sold right now.
Okay. Well, of course, Amazon is always a popular spot. My books, paperback and ebooks, are available there. Barnes and Noble, iBooks, Nook, pretty much all of the major retailers you can get my books from. Now, if you want an autographed copy mailed to you, you would have to come to my website and purchase the book from there, or drop me a line on one of my Facebook pages or through Instagram or Twitter and let me know you would want an autographed copy, and I will let you know how much it's going to cost as far as the price of the book, plus the shipping and handling, and I will get it to you as soon as possible. My books also come with bookmarks and keychains. So,
all right.
Like I said, hit me up on Facebook, Ayneka Scott, Armelon Rush, my personal page, Ayneka Scott on Facebook, Ms. Honeypot C on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. So if you have any closing statements for all of your followers and your fans, you can give that now. We got like 2 minutes. So I'll let you,
Okay.
plug them in.
All right. I want to thank each and everybody that has reached out to me to offer all kinds of constructive criticism, feedback, your likes, your dislikes, what you would like to see in future books. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for the interaction. You guys are my motivation. You all are the reason why I write, and I will strive to provide you top quality books for as long as you guys are willing to buy them and read them. So thank you. It's because of you guys I am here. And I really, truly do appreciate you guys and your interaction that you guys have with me. I feel honored, I feel blessed, and I'm flattered. Again, thank you so very much. I can't thank y'all enough.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to take it in at the end of the show. So we're going to thank you for your time. And you have a great day, okay?
Thank you so very much for having me on here, and you do the same.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned.
Next week's special guest will be Ben Malak. Tune in next week, guys.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Oh, what a great audience. Let's dim the lights for this next one. Oh, too much. There it is. Gotta get things just right. Like Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay, and we help you find coverage options that fit your budget. And now, the mood is right. Wait, the lights are back on again. Trudy, can you? And now it's completely dark.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.